Hello everyone, welcome to session 78 of Selenium training. In today's session, I'm going to continue the live project, guys. I'm going to continue the live project. Till last session, guys, we were able to automate all the scenarios for the registration functionality. Okay, we have written up to four scenarios in the register.feature file, and we have implemented each and every step in this all the scenarios. Now, guys, in today's session, we are going to create another feature file. Okay, say login.feature file. So far, we implemented register.feature, right? So similarly, I'm going to create another feature file, say login.feature, and I'm going to create the scenarios under it. And after creating the scenarios for login.feature file, I will be automating them. So let's create the new feature file. Right click on the feature files folder, select new, and select this file option. Where is the file option? Name this as login.feature. You have to say .feature. Click on finish. Login.feature file got created here. In this first line, feature login functionality scenarios, and tab scenario colon. Here you need to write the first scenario, guys, for login. Verify whether the user is able to log in with valid credentials. This is the first scenario, guys. Given, so copy this step from the previous feature file only. Given I launch the application, same step. First thing is that you need to launch the application. After that, I navigate to account login page. Here I navigate to account registration page. Here I navigate to account login page. That is the difference. Okay. So here we can check that practically also. Go to the application. After launching this application, open, navigate to login page. After navigating to login page, you have to enter valid details into this email address field and password field, and click on the login button. This is the thing. So guys, what we have to do now? Here, first we need to create the feature file completely. Okay, first we need to create the feature file completely. So I have written the only two steps so far. That is, given I launch the application and I navigate to the account login page. When I enter username, .1@gmail.com and password Kiran, and I click on login button, then I should be able to log in successfully. Okay, this is what I will create. Let's compare whether the feature file I have written is scenario in the feature file that I have written is according to my expectation or not. Verify whether the user is able to log in with valid credentials. That's fine. Given I launch the application and then navigate to account login page. When I log in into the application using, you can either say when I enter username and password and I click on log. This is also fine. When I log into the application username, then okay. So instead of these two steps, we can optimize these two steps into single step. Okay. Then I should see that the user is able to log in successfully. Okay. Here I will say when I log in using login to the application using You can write in your own way, guys. No issues. I'm just optimizing it. This step is not required now. This when I log into the application using username and password, this one. Okay. So given I launch the application, I navigate to account login page, and when I log into the application using username and password, then I should see that the user is able to log in successfully. These are the 4 steps I created, and I will provide some tags for this. @login @1 I will provide for now. Save it. Now, guys, we have to start implementing this scenario in this particular feature file. Okay. So let's run it, guys, to find out what are the steps that are not implemented. Okay. What are the steps that are not implemented to be implemented? Just let's run this login.feature scenario in this login.feature file. So for that, open runner class runner.java, and here the tags provide @login, comma @1. Save it, and here also instead of register.feature you have to say login.feature. Save it. Now when you run this runner.java, it will go to the login.feature file and execute the scenarios having this particular tags as @login and @1. Okay, that is nothing but this particular scenario, guys. This will be executed. So let's run runner.java. Right click, run as JUnit test. It's kind of executing now. It was able to launch the application, guys. It was able to launch the application. Maybe the first step is already there. And you see only 1 step passed and remaining 3 are undefined. That means out of all these 4, this step is already there, guys. Okay, as part of the register.feature file, the same step is already implemented. You don't have to implement again and again. But remaining 3 steps are not implemented. They got, for those 3 steps, the implementation has been provided for us automatically in the results. Copy this. Where do I have to copy these things, guys? Where do I have to copy these implementations? Here, for register.feature file, we have register.java. But for login.feature file, there is no login.java. So, guys, first you create a new class under the step definition. Right click, new, create a class, and name this class as login. Finish. And in that login, whatever the implementations that got displayed as a suggestion in the output, copy these implementations, syntax implementation, paste here. Now correct the errors, remove this unnecessary code, and import this @given, and make it to start so that all the imports will be automatically done. Now remove this throwable. Here also throwable. Remove this throwable, and remove this unnecessary code. Remove it. Now we have 3 steps for this login.feature, and these 3 steps need to be implemented, guys. Okay. So I navigate to account login page. Okay. So here, after launching to the application, so something like this. After launching the application, I need to navigate to account login page. How to navigate to account login page? And first, in order to navigate to account login page from here, first I need to click on my account, and after that I need to click on login option. Right? These options are there on the headers page. Right? If you remember, in the earlier session, we have already created header section here. Open this header section, and in this header section, my account link is already there. So you need to click on this, right? So here in this code, say elements dot click of header section dot my account link. Since I have used the my header section here, you need to create an object for this header section in this login page. Headers section is equal to new header section, like this. Okay, done. After that, I have to say elements dot click headers section dot. I have to say login, but login element is not already created here. So what I have to do? First, I need to go to header section dot java. In this, I need to create a new web element for login, guys. For my account link and register, there are elements, but my account and register there are elements, but for login, there is no element in the header section, headers page, header section page class. So for that, I will create a web element, public static web element login @find by. So let me inspect this login option. Right click inspect, mostly link text. Okay, this is a link text. Copy this, and here say link text is equal to this one. Done. Now, guys, go to login.java. In the elements.click, now say headers section dot login. Okay. So what will happen, guys? As part of this, I launch the application and I navigate to account login page. Here instead of given, change it to and I navigate to account login page. In this, you have mentioned click on my account link and followed by click on the login option. So click on my account link and then click on the login option. So we'll be taken to the login page. You'll be taken to the login page, right? So now let's implement the next step, that is when step. When I log into the application using username and password. Okay, using valid username and password, or using username. Log into the application using username and password. Fine, let's write the code for logging into the application here. So in order to log in, what we'll do from this page, guys, first we need to enter the username, email address, and then password, and click on the login button, right? So let's enter. Let's create the web elements for these things, guys. Email address, password, and login button, so that you can perform the operations on these web elements. In order to create web elements for this, you need to first create a new class. Say right click new class login page. Click on finish. You have to create something like this. And in this, you need to create the web elements. First web element belongs to this email address. So public static web element email field, and on the top of this say @find by. So what is the locator for this? Right click on this, inspect. So ID is there, input email ID is there. So ID is equal to this one. Import this @find by and web element. Now, guys, next element is this password. So for that, create that web element, public static web element password field. Here you need to say @find by. Again, inspect this password. So it has input password as ID. Copy that and say ID is equal to input. Paste it here. Done. Next is that we need to click on the login button. Right, we need to click on the login button. Right click, inspect this login button. I'll create something for that later. Public static web element login button. Now @find by. Right click inspect. So I will be creating a CSS selector for this one. Say Control F. Value is login. Input type is equal to submit. Value is equal to login. Copy this. CSS is equal to this one. Done. 3 elements are now located. We should now go to login.java and implement this particular step. So before implementing this step in the login page, in order to initialize this particular elements, you need to create a constructor, right? Let's create a constructor for that. Public login page. In this, you have to mention page factory dot init elements base.driver followed by this, right? Import this base from base package. Done. Now in this login page, now write the code elements dot type text. Here web element you need to provide, here the data you need to provide. So in place of web element you have to say login page dot email field. Into this email field of login page you need to enter this. So here guys, from this feature file, username will be passed, email address will be passed, and password will be passed. You see, this is the step guys. There are two parameters here, arguments here, email address and password. This will be passed to this here, two arguments. This will receive the email address, this will receive the password. So change it to email and change this one to password. Okay, this will receive the email and this will receive the password guys. So here in case of data, just pass this email here. And now say elements dot type text. Here in the web element you have to say login page dot password field. Here in this data you need to pass this password data, which will be received from the feature file, scenario in the feature file. Now guys, third step is that we need to click on the login button. For that I will say elements dot click of login page dot login button. That's it guys. These are the three steps to make these things look good. What I will do here is I'll create a reusable method for login guys. For login I will create a reusable method in the this login page. In the login page I will create a reusable method. So public static void do login, just give some name, say do login. This will receive the username and password from the calling method, string email address and string password, same thing. Now here in this, from the login.java, move this code into this login page. Simple. Okay, move this code into the login. From login.java, you have to say login page dot do login. That's it. Okay, you will be passing this email address and password to this do login method. This is how we can create the reusable methods in the login page. This reusable method we have created so far. Now guys, since we have used the login page, I'll create an object for the login page here. Login page is equal to new login page. Done. That's it. This step is also done guys. Now let's move to the final step. That is, then I should see the user is able to log in successfully. Let's practically implement that. I'll create some valid details. I will enter some valid details and try to log in. What will happen when it logs in guys? It will take you to the my account page. To make it unique and confirm whether the user has successfully logged in or not, I will check whether this option register for an affiliate account is available or not. Okay, register for an affiliate account is available on this page or not. If this particular register for an affiliate page is available on the page, then I will confirm that the user has successfully logged in. If this particular link is not visible to the automation script, then I will confirm that the user has not logged in. So what I will do, so in order to, I need to create a web element for this and verify the presence of this element, right? But this is, what is this guys? So this is account success page. Okay, account success page. So here where I am, this is done. This is also completely done. My account page. This is my account page, guys. So this is my account page. What I am seeing is the my account page. So my account page. So I'll create a my account page. So far we don't have any page for the my account. So I'll create a page for my account so that I can create web elements related to that particular page in that my account page. So here I will say my account page. So in this my account page, I will create a web element for the which one we need to validate, guys. We need to validate whether this register for an affiliate account is available or not. Inspect. This is the link text, guys. Copy this. Create a web element here. Public static web element register affiliate account. Here at the rate find by, this is a link text. I copied the link text value, pasted it here. Inspect. From here I copied the link text value and pasted it here. Import the web element. This is done. In order to initialize this web elements, I have to create a constructor public my account page. Same thing guys, for each and every scenario you have to do the same thing. Okay. Page factory dot init elements, last option, base dot driver, and followed by this. Import this base. Now guys, this is done. And the login.java. Then I should see that the user is able to log in successfully. Here I need to say assert true, boolean condition. Sorry, something happened. Remove this. Hover the mouse and import app.junit. Things will be good now. Elements dot verify text equals. Sorry, it's not verify text equals. Elements dot is displayed. Here you have to provide the web element. This web element is there in which page, guys? My account page. So my account page dot register affiliate account. Since I have used my account page here, I will create an object for the my account page here. Is equal to new my account page. Done. Okay, my account page. Save it. So we are asserting whether this element is available or not. Register for an affiliate account link is available or not. If this link is available, then we can confirm that user has successfully logged in. This link will not be displayed for the non-login user. User has to log in to see this link, guys. That's why I took this as a unique parameter for identifying whether user has successfully logged into the application or not. Guys, we are done with implementing all the steps for this first scenario. This step is already part of the register.feature file, so you don't have to implement again and again. These three are the new steps which we implemented now. Okay. So guys, let's run this scenario now. In the runner.java, we already provided @login and 1 and login.feature. So if I run this runner.java, it should be able to run it. Right click, run as JUnit test. As open the browser, it will launch the application. After that, it will navigate to the login page. Should navigate to login page. Then it has to enter username and password and click on the login, and it should successfully log in and validate that particular register for an affiliate account is there or not. If it is there, it will pass the test case. So here you see our scenario got passed. All the 4 steps got passed. Right now, guys, that's about the first step. Let's create a second step. What can be the second scenario, guys? Verify whether the user is not able to log in with invalid credentials. Given I, same thing is, given I launch the application and navigate to the account login page, these steps are common. When I log into the application one with some invalid credentials, how can you provide the invalid credentials here? Here instead of 1, you provide 99, something which is not existing in password, also 99, which is not there. Then I should see an error message that the credentials are invalid. Okay, then I should see an error message that the credentials are invalid. How did I write this step, guys? Simply try log out of this thing and try to log in with invalid credentials and see what will happen, guys. Okay, so here you see login. You try to provide some invalid credentials. Let's say Ravi.Kiran 99, which is not there, and here also rkiran 99. Click on login. What will happen, guys? An error message informing that these are the invalid credentials is getting displayed here, right? So we need to validate whether this message is displayed or not. Okay, so that's how I created the scenario. I passed the invalid credentials, and then I am validating whether the error message is displayed or not. Okay, fine. Now guys, tag this @login, and another tag you just add to differentiate from the first scenario, saying 2. Okay, @login @2. So if I have to run this scenario in the runner class, I have to replace this @1 with @2. So it will run the second scenario. So without implementing any of these steps, let's try to run this scenario and see what need to be implemented, which new steps need to be implemented. You will find it out. Okay. Right click on this runner.java, run as JNA test. So it's executing, guys. It's launching the application. It's taking time. Okay, it's taking time. Let's close this browser, guys. I will try it again. Okay, let's run it again, guys. There was some issue. So right click on runner.java and JNA test. Let's see whether this will run this time or not. The steps are same. First 3 steps are same. Only thing is that in the third step, it will provide invalid credentials. Invalid credentials are being entered and try to log in. So it's saying that 3 got passed. That is, first 3 steps got passed and last step is not implemented, guys. Why first 3 steps are passed? Because these 3 steps are already implemented as part of the first scenario, guys. You see, I learn the application already implemented. I navigate to the account login page. Account login page is already implemented here in that part of the first scenario. And I log into the application using username and password. Log into the application using username and password. Only difference is that here we are passing valid credentials. Here we are passing the invalid credentials. The same implemented method. So you don't have to implement it again. So these 3 things are already implemented. Only one step that is not implemented, that is then step. In the console, you see a recommendation for implementing the last step, which is not implemented. One undefined step is there, that is last step. Then I should see an error message that the credentials are invalid is getting displayed. Copy this. Okay. So this message is getting displayed where, guys? In the login page, right? So in the login.feature file, go to login.java and paste it here. And remove the unnecessary code. Done. Now, guys, I should see an error message that the credentials are invalid. For this, we have to write some code. Okay. So we need to assure, right? Assert, right? Assert true. Verify. Assert true. Boolean condition. So elements dot is displayed, or we can say elements dot verify text equals. Here in the first place, we have to say web element. In the first place, element is there. So this error message is nothing but the element, guys. This element is there in the which page? Login page only. The login page. So I have to say login page dot warning. That is not there, guys. In the login page, the warning message is not there. So what you will do? Go to the login page, create a web element for the warning message. Public static web element main warning @find by. Inspect this warning message. So this is the one. The class is ending with this alert dismissible. So Control F, div class ends with alert dismissible. Okay, it's getting located. So copy this and say CSS is equal to done. Main warning is done. So go to now login.java and here in place of web element, say login page dot main warning. The expected, you have to provide the expected text warning message. So copy this warning message from here. This is the expected warning message, let's say. So copy that from there and paste it here. That's it. Okay, you are just verifying whether the proper warning message is displayed or not when user provides invalid credentials and try to log in. Okay, if you are getting the same warning message and trying to log in with invalid credentials, this particular step will pass, and it will pass the JUnit and at the same time the test case. Fine, that's it, guys. What we can do now, run using runner.java, the same second scenario of the login page, login feature file. Right click, run as JUnit test. This time it should pass, guys. This time, this second scenario in the feature file should pass. Let's wait for it to pass. It entered invalid credentials and tried to log in, and it got a warning message, error message saying that you provided some invalid email address or password. Okay, so it got passed. That's it. Now let's try to create another scenario, guys. Third scenario. Verify whether the user is not able to log in without providing credentials. Without providing credentials also, you should not be able to log in, right? Invalid credentials also, user should not be able to log in, and without providing credentials also, user should not be able to log in. So here say given I launch the application and I navigate to, same thing guys, copy paste here. If you want, you can copy paste all these things. You can copy paste 4 things, you can copy paste, and we'll modify that after pasting it. Given I launch the application, I navigate account login page. Here I should not provide any credentials, guys. Without providing credentials, so I log into the application using username. Remove this email from here, so no username, and in password also remove this password, so no password. When you don't provide any credentials and try to log in, there also you should see the same message, guys. You can see that here when you navigate to login page and without providing any username password, click on login, you'll get the same error message, guys. Same error message you will get. So if you get the same error message here, the test will pass. So do you have to implement any of these steps, guys? No, guys, it's not required. Okay, all these steps are part of the second scenario only. You see, I launch the application is already there. I navigate to account login page is also there here, and I log into the application using username and password is also implemented as part of the first and second scenarios. Then I should see an error message that the credentials are invalid is also part of the second scenario. Okay, so you don't have to implement at least one step also here. Okay, everything is already implemented. Simple thing is just add the tags @login @3. You have to say, save it in the runner.java. Replace this with @2 with @3. Okay, done. Now try to run the runner.java now. It will run the third scenario, and this time it will pass. It will not enter any credentials now. Blank credentials, it will try to log in and it will get the error. And the scenario should pass, guys. Without entering credentials, it will click on login and scenario will get passed. That's it, guys. Third scenario is also done. Now let's create the fourth scenario. Verify whether the user is able to reset the forgotten password. This is the fourth scenario. Given same thing, given I launch the application and I navigate to account login page. These two things are common. Why I'm saying like this? So after going to the application, after opening the application URL, you have to navigate to the account login page, right? After navigate to account login page, you need to click on this forgot password. Okay, to click on this forgot password, you have to come to the login page. That's why these two steps are common. So now, when I reset the password for forgotten password, then I should see a message informing the user. I will say why I'm writing this step. So after clicking on the forgotten password, when you try to reset a password, let's say I am resetting Ravi dot some existing email ID you have to give, guys. Okay, it will not work. So Kiran @gmail.com. click on continue. You see, this kind of message should be displayed. An email with a confirmation link has been sent to your email address. So here I will be writing, I should see a message informing the user that data information related to resetting password have been sent to email address. So we should see this error message, guys. Should say informing that informing the user that information related to resetting password has been sent to email address. Okay, fine. These are the steps you have to write, guys. Now let's implement them. Here you see these two steps are already implemented. You don't have to implement these two steps are new steps as far we know. So to find out clearly, provide the DAX @login @4, save it. Now in the runner class, replace this 3 with 4. Automatically the code for the non-implemented steps will be generated for now for the 4th scenario. Okay, right click, run as JUnit test. It will launch the application. It will navigate to the login page. After that, it will auto generate the syntax for the remaining new steps, 2 new steps of this particular scenario. It's launching the application. Let's not waste any time. Let's close it. Somehow it's not launching properly today. So let's not waste. It will wait for it to load, guys, completely. Not an issue. But in my recording, I just don't want to waste any time. So I'll run it again to see this time it may load properly. Yeah, it logged in. You see, only 2 steps got executed, 2 are undefined, and the implementation code for these 2 undefined steps are provided here. You can see when I reset the password, and when I should see a message informing the user that the information related to the resetting password has been sent to the email address. So copy these 2 steps. Okay, copy these 2 steps and go to the login.java and try to paste here. Here, remove the unnecessary code. Remove the unnecessary code from here. Remove the unnecessary code. Done. When I reset the password, forgotten password. So what are the steps you have tried for this step, guys? From here, first thing you need to do here is, after navigating to login page, you need to click on this forgot password, right? This forgot password option is there in the which page? Login page only. So in the login page, create a web element for the forgot password link. Okay, public static web element forgot password @find by. Inspect this. Right click, inspect. Create a web element for forgot password in the login page. So let's inspect forgot password. Try to create a web element for that in the login page.java. So here say link text is equal to forgot password. Now guys, go to login.java. Here we have to reset the password, forgotten password. For that, first I need to click on the forgot password link. So let me click something like this, elements dot click login page dot forgot password. Okay, so this will click on this forgot password. Now I need to, will be taken to forgot password page. In this, we need to enter the email address and click on the continue button. So in order to enter the email address and click on the continue button, you need to first create a class for forgot password page. Forgot password page. So here, first let's create a class for the forgot password page. Create a class forgot password page. In this, create the web elements for this email address and continue button. So first let's create the web element for email address. Public static web element email field @find by. Inspect this. It has the input email as ID. So ID is equal to this one. Import this @find by and import this web element. Now guys, next thing, after entering the email address into this email field, click on the continue button. So let's create a CSS selector for this continue button. Copy this. Input type is equal to submit. Value is equal to continue. Copy this and say public static web element continue button @find by CSS is equal to now two elements are now identified. Create a constructor guys to initialize this web elements in this forgot password page when utilized. Public forgot password page page factory dot init elements base dot driver followed by this. Import this. Save. Now go to login.java. Now say elements dot type text So I have to change the step here, guys. There is a mistake here. I need to modify this step. I need to receive the email address from here as a parameter here. So for that, I will do one thing. I reset the forgotten password for email. Here I will say kiran@gmail.com. So I have to change this step to I reset the forgot password for email. So the implementation step for this thing need to be removed from here, guys. This need to be changed. So let's auto generate this one. Let's copy this as a backup somewhere. I have removed that implementation step and I will try to copy that somewhere. Notepad, some basic notepad. Okay, just keep that there. Now guys, when you run this scenario, this particular step will auto generate the implementation for this updated step, right? Let's do that. So how to do? Right click runner.java, run as JUnit test. Okay, so a new step got generated. Copy this. This updated syntax for this updated step. Go to login.java and paste it here. Remove the unnecessary code. Small changes, guys. Small changes. Now, guys, whatever you have saved here in a notepad, the code inside this method, just copy this code inside this method and put it here. Okay, and here guys, element dot type text, you have to provide the element, and here this is the email. This email will be passed to this email. Here, where is this email address found? This email address is available in the forgot password page. So you have to say forgot password page dot email field. And to that you will enter this email, right? Now guys, after entering the email, the next thing you have to do here is click on the continue button. So for that you have to say elements dot click off forgot password page dot continue button. Okay, that's it. These are the 3 steps guys to reset the password. So it will give the email address like this, and click on the continue button. After clicking on the continue button, you will be taken to the login page, and in that login page you will be displayed with this message guys. Email address with a confirmation link has been sent to your email address will be displayed here. For that guys, the last step you have to implement, and you have to say assert true assert true. Here you have to say elements dot is verify, elements dot verify text equals. Is the web element guys, you have to give the web element, that is nothing but this is a main warning message only. Inspect this is nothing but the main warning message only, which we already created in the login page. So for this message is getting displayed. So here, here you need to say login page dot main warning, and at this location you are getting a message, that is nothing but copy this message and paste it here, save it. We have completed implementing the step for this last scenario guys. Let's see, let's run this 4th scenario and see whether that is working fine or not now. So before that, let me cross check if I am missing anything. Okay, so in the login page, did I create an object for it? Everything is fine guys. I think looks everything is good. So let's execute. If any problems, we'll see. I think we implemented all the steps, so nothing left. So guys, I will do one thing now. Here I will run this runner.java, which has these annotations for the 4th scenario. So right click, run as JUnit test. Open the browser, launch the application, should navigate to login page. After it has to click on the forgot password. Something got failed guys. Something got failed. Java.null pointer exception type text. So let's go there and see what's going wrong. Here type text, something is going wrong guys. Forgot password page is correct. Yeah, you need to create an object for the forgot password page guys. That's why you got the error. So let's create an object for the forgot password page. This is what I am missing. Okay, it's called new forgot password page. Now guys, let's run it again. See whether these things will work out. Right click runner, run as JUnit test. Okay, click on forgot password, enter the continue and everything. So it got passed guys. The 4th scenario now got passed. So guys, we have created the 4 scenarios in the login.feature file, and all the scenarios got executed independently. But let's see as a final go, since we are done with all the scenarios, let's execute all the scenarios in the login feature file individually guys. So what we have to do, these are the 4 scenarios in the login.feature file. So in the runner class, The runner class, change this 4 to 1. First scenario will get executed. Individually one by one, we'll execute all the scenarios to cross check whether all the scenarios are working fine or not. First scenario is getting executed. First scenario is working fine. Now change this to 2. Save it and run it here. You can run from here, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, it's running. Second scenario is also running. This is for invalid credentials. Login with invalid credentials. It should not be able. User should not log in, and it should get an error message. Yeah, it got. It also got passed. Now change it to 3. Save it and run it. What happened? Yeah, it's now launching. Third scenario with blank credentials also is working fine. Now fourth scenario, guys, which was already working. Let's confirm again. Forgot password. Working fine. All the 4 scenarios are working fine, guys. Now let's execute the complete feature file, guys. Now let's execute the complete feature file. So that means in the login.feature file, there are 4 scenarios. So far, we executed each and every scenario individually. But now let's modify this runner.java class in such a way that all the 4 scenarios in this login.feature file will get executed at the same time. So I mean, one by one in the single run. Okay. So what I have to do here? I have to change this. I have to remove this tag, guys, from comma to till the end. So all the scenarios having this tag as @login should execute one by one. So right click on this runner.java, run as JUnit test. So first scenario is getting executed. Automatically, the second scenario got started in the single run with invalid credentials. This is the one with the invalid credentials. It will enter the invalid credentials. And third one with blank credentials. Without any credentials, it will try to log in and it will fail. It will pass the test case, but you'll get the error message. Okay, and fourth scenario, forgot password scenario, which will click on the forgot password and try to reset the password. Yeah, see, it has tried to reset the password. That's it, guys. All the 4 scenarios got executed successfully in the login.feature file also. Now, guys, one more thing. Now I have a different requirement. In the last session, I was able to execute all the scenarios for register.feature file, right? And now in this session, I have created all the scenarios, implemented all the scenarios for the login.feature file. I want to run both the scenarios, all the scenarios inside this login.feature file and register.feature file together. How many guys together? Here in login, there are 4 scenarios. In the register, there are 4 scenarios. How to run them together, guys? So for that, let's change the runner.java. So here I will remove the tag section. I will remove the tag section. Okay, and remove the comma also. And on the top features, just add 2 features, guys. That is class path login, and copy this one and paste it somehow here, comma. Here say feature files dot register dot feature. Okay. In the features, I am passing two feature files. One is register dot feature and another one is login dot feature. All the four scenarios in the register dot feature and all the four scenarios in the login dot feature will be executed with this change, guys. Now let's run the runner.java from here. You see, 8 scenarios should be executed this time. Second scenario, navigating to reach login page and trying to log in. Third scenario, blank credentials, I guess. Yeah, blank credentials. And fourth scenario is forgot password scenario of login dot feature file. After all these four scenarios of login dot feature file got executed, now next set of four scenarios from the register dot feature file will get executed. First scenario of the register dot feature file is getting executed now automatically in the single run, just by changing the things in the feature runner class. You see, it's trying to register with valid details, all the mandatory fields. Second scenario, without entering the mandatory fields, it's trying to log in. Final scenario, I guess, eighth scenario, which is getting executed now. You see, guys, all the 8 scenarios got passed, and all the 8 scenarios have together 40 steps. 8 5 the 40 almost. Okay, it has taken 1 minute 45 seconds, right? 1 minute 45 seconds to complete the execution for all these, for completely executing all the scenarios. So, guys, you are able to execute all the things together also. Two feature files you are able to execute together with the help of this by just changing this features tag inside this runner class. Now, guys, since we are good with all the implementations, since everything is working properly now, what I will do here is I will have done a lot of updations here just for creating the scenarios for this login.feature file, right? So I will upload this code into my GitHub, which is a centralized repository. I'll upload the code into the GitHub. How to upload? Right click on this project, say properties, go to the project location in your computer, local machine, and go inside this project folder. Right click and say git bash here. Same steps, guys, which we have done in the last scenario, last session. Git status, git add dot, again git status, all the things got added. Git commit -m completed, automating all the scenarios in login feature file. Git push origin master. That's it, guys. Your code will get uploaded into the GitHub. Your latest updated code will get uploaded into the GitHub. Okay. Yeah, it's done, guys. Let's go to github.com and see whether our code got updated there. Github.com. The repository name is demo QAFox Live Project. Okay, repositories. Demo QAFox Live Project. You see, the recent commit, 5 commits are there. In that, this commit is on today, that is October 27, 2008. How many seconds ago? 40 seconds ago. And here's a comment, versioning comment, that is completed automating all the scenarios in login feature file. Right? This is how, guys, you can upload the code into the github.com. Now our latest and updated code is there in our github.com. Okay. So, guys, we have completed in this session. We are able to complete scenarios for the login feature file, login functionality. The next session, I will be implementing the scenarios for search functionality. As part of the next session, I will be doing that. So that's it for today, guys. See you in next session. Bye.